What's going on, everybody? It's Taboo Heir. We are here in the Chronic Studio, and we are here with a special guest today. I got the whole gang in the building. The whole Taboo squad is here, and we have none other than Lauren in the building. This is one of the artists who made our list of Oklahoma artists you should know. She was one of the 2 female artists. Everybody, Lauren in the building.
Hey. Insert round of applause.
I know, right? I know. So, hey, I'm very, very thankful that you came by today. You're one of my favorite female artists in the state. I've told you this before, but I really do mean it. So I want to.
Boy, do he mean it.
Your flowers for you hard. I really think that you're dope, and you deserve everything you got coming for you this year, which is a lot. I know it.
And I can back him up because he's
that.
been supporting you since he's seen you. I know this because I'm the one that's usually right there with him, and I only found out about you because of him.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. What was the name of that? Or
which one?
The first one when Spence came down
the
here.
hot ass basement.
The hot ass event.
We call it the hot ass basement.
Hot ass basement.
It was the summer sizzle.
That shit was definitely sizzling.
It was sizzling in that mud, boy.
Call it the basement.
That one was hot. It was
the party
hot.
basement.
Yeah, that's the first time I heard of you actually when you was performing there.
We all came.
So
there.
yeah, you was dope.
Like I was in pain. And it was hot, and I stood up. I was like, "Yeah, I like this."
Man, with no damn reason to be that damn hot.
Matter of fact, it was her and Serenity.
I'm about to say the whole little crew was kind of hard.
Yeah, me, Serenity, and Alani Janae. Yeah, I like that whole little set that night. I think it was turned that night. That was one of the littest shows of the year.
It just got turned down when that heat got turned off.
It was lit though. It was lit as fuck. So I just want to know real quick. So how did you get into rap? How did you get into rap in general?
Well, I've been doing music my whole life. I played the acoustic guitar. I've been playing that since a little girl. And I've been singing since a little girl. Something just told me one day, it was like, write a rap. Because I always wrote R&B songs. So I wrote a rap, and I tried to do it myself or whatever. And I sent it to my brother, and he was just like, hey, you hard. You know, you need to show people that you can rap. You need to put this on social media and stuff. I was scared. I didn't know if he was going to say. I was like, they going to say I suck. And stuff like that, and I put it out there, and I got some good feedback, so it made me keep going.
Yeah, absolutely. Who were some of your influences and stuff like that when you were writing, or even now? Who are your influences?
My biggest influences are J. Cole, Tupac, and Kodak Black.
J. Cole, Tupac,
and Brent Fayez. They correct me on his name all the time, but those are some of my biggest influences as far as artists. Summer Walker too. She's very, very lyrically in tune with herself. She know what she want to say, and I think that's a big thing for artists. They need to know what they want to say.
Yeah. How long have you been I know you say you've been rapping and writing music your whole life, but how long have you been doing it where you're doing shows and things like that?
I've been doing shows in the public eye for about in Oklahoma, I would say since April. It was the first pop-off show that I was a part of on Money Waves, when I went Money Wave shows. And that was the first time I had ever popped out in Oklahoma City as a female rap artist.
And you said how long? One more time, how long?
April. So
relatively new?
Still fresh in the game. Okay.
Crazy.
April of 2023.
You moving fast.
That's crazy.
Real fast.
I swear I wouldn't have known.
I thought you'd been in the game.
Like rapping for years.
Yeah.
You know
See, the thing is, when I tell people, I've been doing music my whole life, I really mean that. My mama always put me in shows and stuff like that. She always put me in competitions. My daddy made me perform on stages a bunch of times and stuff like that. So it's kind of like...
You developed a skill set.
Yeah.
Period.
In a way.
So,
and then I study music and I study artists and stuff like that too. I love music. That's my baby.
I say she was molded for it.
That's what that kind of goes into the next question. How do you express how do you feel you express yourself? Because your lyrics is hard. So is that I know there's this whole thing of being real to your raps and stuff like that. But is that how you really express yourself and how you feeling about situations or what you're doing?
Most definitely. I would say everything I wrote, I either seen it or done it. Most of everything I wrote, I either seen it or done it. You know, if it's a little fly punchline and stuff like that, but everything I've seen or done it. That's how I express myself. People say my lyrics are a little aggressive or I'm too gangster or something like that, but it's what you want me to write about? Some shit I ain't went through or some shit I ain't seen?
I feel that.
I mean, in a way, I've always said that the artists now, when I look at it definitely through the camera's perspective, I'm like, they just up there living their altered ego that they don't really get to let out most of the time. So to me, that's what I'm seeing for most of the time when we're shooting the artists at events, that y'all are just altered ego that y'all have to keep caged in most of the time. It's finally just expressing itself on stage where you know you can't be judged like that.
Yeah, no, I've never been the type to fake it. Like, I don't like that. I think that's one of the things that people have these days. They like to be fake. They put on a facade. They paint an image of themselves, you know, and they, like you said, it's an alter ego. It's who they want to be. Why not just be who you want to be? Why do you have to fake like you that person?
I can give you a prime example of one. You can't do that with Too Fat. If Too Fat be who he want to be, he going back.
That is true.
So that's why I call it. I'm not saying it's not the truth, but that's as close as he can get back to what he probably wanted to be, and that's what I'm saying more like I do get the fake side. There is a lot of those out there, but for the ones that I think like when I say alter ego,
I was gonna say, but that's rapping about the past, so you can do that. You can rap
Yeah.
about
but I'm saying his antics, the way he expresses himself on stage, that's the alter ego. Like I can't do this no more in real life, so now this is me
doing
getting
it
as
on
close
stage.
as I can to back to what I
That
used to
makes
be.
sense. Yeah, he did do that.
So when you through these last, like, since you've been doing it since April, what's some of your memorable experience? Have you met any, like, you know, artists? Who's some people that you've come across that you maybe like linked up with, or that, you know, that you've been like, dang, like maybe I opened for this person, or I came across this person? Who are some of those individuals?
I will say one of my biggest performances to me last year was when I got to open for Jay Stalin and Young Doe. Turf Hog was a part of that show too. He's a Tulsa artist. I'm pretty sure everybody in this room heard about Turf Hog. And got to open for them out in Tulsa. That was a lit show. Opening for B King, performing on that show at the 405 Lounge. That was lit. Got to perform with Lil Pat and Lil Pat. Y'all know Lil Pat.
Yep.
He came down here to Castle Row. And he performed. That was my first time ever performing at Castle Row. Like, that was one of my big stage performances, big stage performances and stuff. So, I say those 3 shows, and then Summer Sizzle. Those were some of my biggest shows last year.
Good experiences overall.
Great experiences, yes.
So have you with linking up with and going through those shows and everything, how's it been like reception, like with other artists, like with collabs? Have you been hit up to collab and do stuff like that? How's that been, especially because, you know, rappers, it's a lot of dudes out here, and a lot of them just keeping it a band, they be on bullshit. So being a female in the game, how do you weed that out? And because I noticing just from like your page alone, you don't like fuck with a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? So how have you weeded that out so far?
So it's been difficult. I have only worked with a select few of female artists. I would love to work with more female artists. I noticed it's not as many female rappers out here that I thought, or maybe just everybody's taking a break right now. I'm not sure. I don't know. But as far as men reaching out, I do have a lot of men reaching out to collab and work together, because it's a lot of more men on the rap scene than there are females. So that's one of the reasons. And 2, I just feel like working with men, the way my style of rap is kind of better, because I notice how a lot of female rappers, they like to rap about coochie, titties, tricking the guy his money, stuff like that, which is cool. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with expressing yourself or whatever the fuck you want to say on your shit. Say it. But at the same time, that's not what I rap about. I don't relate to that. So when it comes to rapping with dudes, we're rapping about something, talking about something on the song that we can both relate to. So, but I would love to work with more females, though, most definitely.
So, who do you have any artists in particular that you would just like to work with, like that's local, like that you'd be like, damn, like I've seen them out doing their thing, I ain't got to work with them yet. I'd like to work with them if given the chance.
I will say everybody so far that I have wanted to work with, I have worked with.
Okay.
So, like JDSM, she's hard as hell. I've done some stuff with her, got some stuff on the way with her. Alani and Serenity. Those are the only other 2 females that I really just worked with. Anybody else that I want to work with, I'm trying to get to that point to where I can expand my sound, because I notice that the people that I'm working with, they have, what do I want to say? Like, we relate in a way with the type of music we make. Shelly Ruthless, I don't know if I said it right, Shelly Ruthless. Her type of music, she kind of make that city girl type of music. I want to jump into that lane too, and kind of branch off and stuff like that. So I would love to work with her. and so far.
So do you have a dream collaboration at all? Like with anybody? Like not even including
Could be
Oklahoma. Just
major,
talking about
yeah.
anybody.
I actually have a bunch of dream collaborations, but my first one is Kodak Black.
Why?
Because he says what he want to say. He say what he want to say. And that's my main goal. Be who you want to be, say who you want to say. That's what I live for. That's what I stand on. So, and I appreciate Kodak Black for being that artist for us, because people may say he sound dumb or whatever the hell it is, whatever they saying bad about him. But at the end of the day, he be making a lot of sense.
Kodak just don't
He
give a
said-
fuck.
Yeah, he don't give
You
a
know,
fuck.
Kodak
and I
don't give
love
a
that I
fuck.
don't give a
He said-
fuck mentality, because it's like, who you living for, who you dying for.
That's what you should have, though. You
Right,
shouldn't give a damn about
always.
nobody else.
Always.
So, another quick question. So, what does 2024 have in store for like Lauren? Do you have any gigs coming up? Any showcases? What does the horizon look like for you right now?
Well, next month in February, I got a show with Money Wave. Show with Money Wave. That's, in February, I think it's February 14th or 24th. My apologies.
The 24th.
24th, yeah. My apologies. I got it wrong. And I got some new music dropping, some new singles dropping, some music videos dropping. I'm looking to drop one at the end of this month, but not sure. I'm trying to build the anticipation.
I feel that. So, how do you feel like the reception? Like, I know people, great stage performance. People hit you up. How do you feel like the local reception, like as far as, and this ain't a bashing question. This is just a realistic question, because we ask everybody that comes on here this question. How do you feel the local, support of, and what do you consider support? Like local support, people supporting you. How do you feel that local type is? You know what I'm saying? Everybody got places where they come from that they can go and like sell out a show or have people come out for them. And like Oklahoma is difficult because like it takes people working together and people don't be wanting to work together. And since they don't want to do that, how do you feel like that's, what's your view on the support?
So I haven't been here long enough to just 100% speak on it, but from my experiences, I noticed that it's easy for people to like and share your content, but out here I've noticed that people may not want to pay you as an artist because you can't bring a crowd out. But you can't bring a crowd out because people won't support you. So they can tell you, hey, if you bring this many people with you, I'll pay you this much money. You invite all these guests to come and see you perform and stuff like that, and probably like 2 or 3 people show up and pay that $10, $20 at the door to get in to see you. Stuff like that. So it's like, that's how I feel like the support is around here so far that I've seen. People will like and share your stuff like that, and that's great support, you know? But to physically support is a whole totally different ballgame.
What do you think it would take to have, so you've been a part of showcases, you've seen good ones, you've seen ones where the crowd could be better. What do you think it would take to get, say, 5,000 people to pay $20 to $25 for a lineup? Like, what do you think it would take to have that happen?
Well, first of all, I think that it would take a long-term promotion. Long-term promotion for sure. You would have to have a great headliner to make people want to come out, because you can have the most popular person in Oklahoma City headlining and the whole city would not come. They would not come. But let it be somebody from out of state, somebody who's got a bigger name and stuff like that, they'll show up. So I think that's what it would take to have about 4,000 or 5,000 people or so come out.
Do you think it's possible? Then this is not, I'm just genuinely, as an artist, do you think it's possible for a group of locals who put all egos aside and they could fill 5,000 plus in a seat in one time?
I feel like with the right promotion, most definitely. I feel like the right promotion is very important when it comes to doing a showcase, doing anything really. Like, you gotta put it in people's faces over and over. You can't just say, oh, we got a showcase coming up in 2 months, everybody pop out. Like, that's the bare minimum.
So
you know?
what do you feel the value for, because you're an artist, so like to be paid like for a show, because I just do content, so like for me doing content, if I'm not doing something as a favor or I have a partnership with somebody, I know what my prices are. You know what I'm saying? So like what makes the artist value themselves to say like, okay, I'm going to charge this much or I'm going to charge this much, you know what I'm saying? Especially knowing where we are in the state and what we got going on, where you can't really ask for 5 bands or three bands for a show.
Not
know what
out
I'm
here.
saying?
No,
Right,
the climate
right.
of the market out here ain't like that.
No, and that's another thing I noticed too. So like, this is a smaller compared to where I'm from. I'm from Fort Worth, Texas. So this is a smaller city, smaller state compared to where I'm from. And I noticed a lot of people be like, yeah, it's a lot of money in Oklahoma. It is, but it's not compared to the bigger cities that's around us. The bigger cities that around us, they got better marketing, they got better connections, better currency going on around there and stuff like that. And I just feel like this city kind of lacks it a little bit. And I feel like it will probably have it if people united instead of, it seems like it's a label over here, it's a this over there, it's a this over there, this over there, this over there. And it's like, why not just build one big studio for the local artists to come and promote the city and put on for the city and stuff like that? Why not have it all together? Why is it like a bunch of, it's almost like a high school. A school lunch, school cafeteria. You got
Y'all
these
sit
kids
over
over
there.
here.
The
What did I
peeps are
say?
over
I've been
here.
saying this for how long? That's the problem here is egos.
Yeah.
And I
It's
can't
egos.
even just say that it's here because I haven't just been to other cities or
Now,
other states.
I can back you up.
speak
I
on
have a
it.
sister who literally, she says that. She literally told me the last time when we tried to get her a little bit of promotion going on, she's like, the reason why she stopped doing shows down here, period, is because they not paying nobody.
She goes straight to
Yeah.
the
She goes
Yep,
straight.
straight
She
to
goes
it.
everywhere
They'll
else around the
ask the
country.
artist to pay to get on the show before they actually pay an artist.
Mm-hmm.
And artists is out here using money on gas and costumes and clothes and hair and makeup and everything else, and then you mean to tell them they get 6 minutes and they don't get nothing in return? And then you got other people accusing them of, oh, y'all just doing a hobby, this is just a hobby for y'all. And it's like, I think people are really grinding to get what they're worth. It's the people that don't want to give it to
It's
them.
the people who's
Right.
running the showcases, and just how you said, it makes no sense because if y'all are really trying to get this money, why are y'all at war with this label? Why are you at war with this label?
Mm-hmm.
And we're in a state where we're still trying to make a name for ourselves inside.
So the part where, for me, so I get upset at this state. I'm born and raised here. Where I get upset is, and I say this all the time. This is my biggest thing. The reason I think that artists can't get on like that is because there isn't a true platform, not even the radio, that will sit here and be like, okay, during the day, for at least this amount of time, we promote local artists. We need to get behind a group of people, pick some out, you know what I'm saying, to start seeing how the city feel about music. That don't happen here. There's nothing like, how can I find out about a Lauren, a Sunny Lane, a Serenity? How can I find out about them when there's no any type of entity for anybody? You
But
don't even hear June on the damn. I'm just being real. You
No,
don't even
you-
hear June on the radio.
And you speaking facts, because it's like, bruh, if we sit here and go to any surrounding state near us, they're playing their local artists.
They're gonna play their local artists.
Yes.
They gonna mix in the mainstream, but you're hearing local artists, and that's why they're so big in their area, because they're getting pushed.
Word-
I will say this. In Oklahoma City, I have only heard a select few of artists who I can say would have a banger.
Yeah.
Oklahoma City, and me personally, I just feel like they kind of sound like, some of the artists out here sound like they from Cali.
Yeah.
They got the sound of California.
Yeah.
They don't have an
We don't have
authentic
our own
sound.
sound.
They don't have an authentic
We've
sound.
We've been saying that for years.
I'm about to say, yeah,
Oklahoma
we've
has a
literally been
West
saying that for
Coast sound,
years.
at least
Like,
a
we
lot
just
of
got through
artists
saying,
do.
like, that's why Two Fat's blowing up so hard, because he actually has his
An
own
authentic
sound.
sound.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we either sound like we're from Texas or from California. Like it's no.
Because everybody come through
Yeah,
here.
we don't have no originality really. Like outside of some people, Oklahoma doesn't have anything of its own. And I feel like that's what we need, something of its own.
Yep, most definitely. I noticed it when I started listening to some of the local artists out here, and because when I moved out here, I didn't know who what's that man name? 2 Times, and is 2 Times from out here,
2 times.
or is he from 2 Times? Him and then that other man who called everybody Country Crips. What's his name?
Oh
I
my
think
God.
I think
That's
you
funny.
mentioned the Country Crip one. I forgot who. Yeah, I know who she
Yes.
talking about. I forgot their
I
name
forgot his
now.
name, but a lot of artists kind of sound like him in a way. I noticed.
And I'm like, I think at the end of the day, what it comes down to is like, that's what kind of, I guess that's why I like Memphis rap so much, because they not afraid to sound country. Down here, it's like they're afraid to sound like where they from, and I'm like, bro, this is where we
You
from.
talking about like basically pronunciation?
Yeah.
And see, I had somebody tell me that in the studio the other day. Matter of fact, it was Sammy Stacks. He told me in the studio, he was like, quit worrying about your pronunciation. Young Thug got a verse on Lifestyle, and don't nobody know what the fuck
he was
saying.
saying.
But
At
they
all.
love the song. They love the song, you know? So I was like,
listen,
'cause I know
nobody
our
knew what
country.
he was saying so much that we sat here and listened to it for years until we could say every word of that song. Think about it.
I still don't know what the fuck he's saying. I'd be like,
I gave up. I gave up.
Googling lyrics.
That's all I know.
So I think that's really what holds us back is everybody they're afraid to be judged, and I'm like, bro, but you're doing something where that's what your job technically is as an artist, is to be judged. It's how you get fans, because fans don't follow, just how you said earlier, they don't follow the fake. We follow people who we think is authentic to what they do and who they are as a person.
And see, that's another thing. I feel like a lot of people are out here being being made to believe that, oh, you got to wear a fat chain, you got to dress like this, look like this, act like this, and stuff like that, and that's how you get your fans. And it's like, I done seen so many talented artists get put on by being they self. Like, they literally be they self. And I think that's what people accept more, because it's easier to relate to the real than it is the fake. Everybody don't got no Lamborghini. Everybody ain't got no Rolls Royce. Everybody ain't got a fat ass. Everybody ain't got double D titties that they just got from Dr. Miami. Everybody ain't got that. So they can't relate to that. Some bitches got stretch marks, you know, stuff like that. Like, everybody ain't built like a Barbie and all that stuff. Like, let's be real.
I'm like, shit, that's why I like the Mexican OT, because literally I think in one of his interviewers literally told him this, like, you don't even dress like a rapper. He said, bro, it's watered down.
Listen, let
everybody
me tell you,
dresses like that.
One of my few mini shows, somebody told me the same thing. They was like, I thought you was, you know, just one of the people standing in the crowd. You not dressed like a rapper. I'm like, what the fuck do a rapper dress like? Hey, what do a rapper dress like? So basically, y'all want me to go out here and buy a bunch of stuff that everybody else out here.
They want you to blow all your invested money on an image,
on the way I look,
instead of
and so that way they can sit there and call you dumb. But instead, you could be making money on all the money you making,
exactly,
and then they will never know. Just because you don't dress like a rapper.
Right. And I don't even I never got that term. You got to start dressing like an artist. That's what they tell me. You got to start dressing like an artist. I'm like, man, I wear what's in my closet. Like,
wear what you like.
Yes. Wear what I like. Wear what I'm comfortable in. I was going to wear something today, and it was uncomfortable around my neck. I said, I'm not wearing that.
Hey, so do you feel like it's a lot of, what is it, like, energy spent into that is just unnecessary? Because, like, think about it. So we talk about costumes and spending money on all that type of stuff, like, to make this image when in reality the image doesn't need to be made yet. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get when you're at that point, but, like, it's a lot of people that you know ain't at that point, and it's like you did all of this stunting to do all of this thinking that maybe this particular show was gonna make it, and it's like it was just a performance. You came out here to come show what you have, and you came out, spent $300 that you really didn't have to prepare and do all that, and now you did, like you said, what did you get from it? You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what we want to change, like, somehow throughout this year as a whole, is where artists can gain something when they either do a show or pop out in general when they deserve it. Because, like having ARs and stuff come out? Just in general, because it doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense.
Because everybody's like, you need to get your talent to the city first before you get to somebody else. Like, basically, you got to be known around the city as an artist to make it.
It's backwards here.
It is backwards here.
I don't feel like that's like, because I've seen artists they don't even be in their hometown.
And truthfully, you know I was just about to say, it's not even backwards here. That's just
Leon
like
Bridges.
That's like an American way. Like, we got another homie in Atlanta. I've seen his numbers for a fact. He's bigger in other countries than he is here.
Yeah.
And it's like, at the end of the day, that's why I'm never mad at somebody when they be like, my crowd is white. Bro, go get your crowd. Yeah. It don't matter. If that's who supports you and that's your biggest population, do it. And everybody else is going to have to wake up to it.
See, that's another thing people will try to tell me. They'll try to tell me, like, Lauren, you need to spread your horizon. Stop rapping about this. Stop doing like that. Like, try to be different. Try to step outside the box. And it's like, what I do now has gotten the crowd that I have gotten. You know, the way I sound, the way I rap, what I rap about has gotten the fans or the people that love my music or like to hear my music now. I think it's too soon to change it. Honestly,
You
I
need
think
to
it's through
stay in your
sound
bag and
changing.
stabilize.
I'm about to say, and that's
I
fair.
need to
That's
stabilize
fair.
my sound.
Exactly, and that's fair for you to say because at the end of the day, this is what you like to do as your pursuit of a career. So I'm not gonna sit here and tell somebody, "Hey, you produce videos. What you need to start doing outside of this video work is you need to be doing movies." When you might not enjoy actual production of doing a movie, or just how like an artist might not enjoy. Okay, I need to go speak to this type of genre of people. So let me change up my whole style, and I'm not ready to.
Right.
Every artist is going to be ready to change their style
And I'll add to
eventually
that.
At some point, yes.
because
I'll
we
add to
grow.
that.
But if we don't,
When you're ready to actually start expanding and you already have that solid base, no matter what you do, you have the wisdom to know at that point what does work, what you can play with, and what areas you noticed before, okay, this sounded good, but okay, what if I actually take it to the next level? What does it sound like that way? And you'll never fumble.
And I did that.
A good foundation.
I was told earlier, like around maybe June, when I first started popping out and stuff like that, I was told, you need to try something different. You need to try something different. Try something different. Wasn't comfortable with it. I'm like, that's not me. You know? Later on down the line, I tried it again and I mastered it. It's the time that you try. You know? It's a time for everything. And I just want to say this to all artists. Don't ever let nobody get in your ear. Do what you feel is best for you. Do what make you comfortable. That's what the shortness in artist art is. Your art. Do it the way you want to do it. Express yourself the way you want to express yourself. That's the only way you're going to be happy in this.
Period.
and the reason why you shouldn't be ashamed of that, just how she said it, bruh, them Picassos that we sit there and look at, and that they paying millions of dollars
I
for.
don't think they pretty. I'm just
That's what
They not.
they don't
That's
think they
not my
pretty,
style.
but now they worth tens of millions of dollars
That's
to other
real.
people,
Hey,
so it
that's
don't
why it's
matter.
important.
Eventually,
Don't throw your
somebody,
kids'
somebody
paintings
gonna-
away.
somebody gonna-
eventually
Have them
somebody
sign
gonna
them
like
paintings.
what's gonna like. So it's like,
I was gonna say, so Lauren, where can everybody find you? What's your socials? Go ahead, shout all your stuff out. Where can they find you?
On all streaming platforms, it's under Lauren. Y'all can type in Lauren Pop Out, Lauren Humble, Lauren Being Broke Not Permitted. I got some new stuff out too. Lauren Stiff on them with Back End Honcho. And all social media platforms is Lauren. Instagram is Lauren _.
Hey, there we go. Hey, well, I appreciate you, Lauren, for coming by and spending some time with us. Thank you so much. If y'all got anything, one last question, anything y'all want to say?
no,
I appreciate
I'm
y'all.
straight.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you.